We have our second giant spider of the season to assemble today. Our first one, you may remember, came from our friends at HalloweenCostumes.com, and will have a link to that in the description below if you're interested. This one, actually, I found on Facebook Marketplace. It is from a company called KiLiKuaLa, and you can find their store on Amazon. They have a lot of interesting Halloween products. This one is not currently available. I think it is from years past. So I'm excited to show it to you. It looks like it is a little bit more active than the last one we took a look at. So let's go ahead and pop it open and see what's inside this box. It does look very nicely packaged. The first thing I notice is that we've got some big blue eyes to take a look at, whereas the last one had red eyes. So there's our first difference. We have a sealed box. It is just for packaging. The one box that actually does have something in it says do not discard metal stakes inside. It does come with 4 metal stakes that are a little bit less than a foot long each. We have our plug adapter. This is interesting. I don't think I've seen a green cord before. And we have pretty much 1 page of instructions. So with the accessories out of the way, let's get to the spider. We have a bag of leg parts. Now, this one has actual fur on the legs. I'm excited about that. There are quite a few here. Even longer leg parts. More short leg parts. A metal base with extra supports. And we have our spider body, also with this very creepy hair. Seems like there are a lot of leg pieces, but it doesn't look like it's going to be too hard to assemble. We are going to start with the base. We're just going to take the support pole and clip it right into the base. As usual, there's a push pin locking mechanism, so that's going to keep everything nice and sturdy. And then we're going to first put on the body of the spider. It also has the slot for the push pin, and it can only go in one direction. There we go. The support bars on the back are also going to just slide into some slots here on the base of the spider. And he's quite sturdy. So each of the back legs, at least, should have 3 leg pieces, and each one has a label on each end. So we start with the one that's labeled A, which has A and then a B, and then you find the corresponding B, which goes B to C, and then you match C to C, and those are your legs. So I'm going to first go ahead and put the A leg in. It does indicate on the leg itself that you need to push it in and then twist it to lock it into place. So we're going to push it in sideways, turn it to lock it, and there you go. It's pretty easy. And these are plastic. They're very lightweight. There we have our first leg done already. Once you get the hang of it, it really only takes a second to put the legs together. And inevitably, the little plastic bits that show you which is A, B, B, and so forth are going to go missing. But it's easy to remember that they go in order of length. So this piece is slightly smaller than this one, which is of course smaller than this one. And if you assemble them all together, you can easily twist it in place all at once. We only have 2 more legs to go. They are slightly different. They have a push pin mechanism for the front because our front legs are actually going to move. These 2 can only go in one direction. And he's all assembled. The last thing we need to do is plug him in with this nice green cord that looks like it is over 6 feet long, probably closer to 8. Probably wanted to plug this in before you put them together. I've screwed the plug into place, which is nice. It's not going to easily pull out. I did notice while I was down there's a volume control, which we always love. Before we plug him in though and see how he works, let's bring the camera in and we'll take a closer look. My first thought was that the spider is creepy and menacing. Producer Tom, however, said he doesn't like the way he smiles, and I probably wouldn't have noticed that had he not pointed it out. It would have been nice maybe if they had given it a little bit more prominent fangs like you can see at the bottom of his head. The fur detail is on the joints of his legs, which is very nice. And then if we make our way around to the side, you can see how his body really raises up in a very prominent angle. He's going to be very visible and noticeable to all of the trick-or-treaters. Of course, as usual, I'm not thrilled with the base being so visible under the spiders. I think I recall seeing a spider in one of the stores this year that actually did not have the base. It was supported by the legs. I love that. I wish all of our spiders did that. But we can again disguise it with maybe some spider webs or hide it behind a bush like I did with the last one. Let me go ahead and plug it in though and see what he does. All right, as usual, I'm not hugely thrilled by the sound effects. It's got some weird crackly background noise and you can hear a character screaming for help, which might be great if we had a little character here in the scene, but we don't. I just absolutely love the fact that his legs move, gives him a nice presence, and we can keep him lit up. He can continuously go as opposed to needing to be activated each time somebody walks by or makes a noise. Here at the end of the video, I will show you what he looks like when it gets a little bit darker, so we can see his eyes lit up at night. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with him, especially because, you know, I got him on Facebook Marketplace at quite a discount, so I'm thrilled with that. I am a little concerned about the hairy nature of him and how that's going to stand up being outside. And he's an animatronic, so I'm not sure how sensible it's going to be to leave him outside in the weather. He might be better for, you know, under a porch or so forth. I might just have to bring him out right before Halloween. We'll see. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Before we go, I did want to say a special thank you to all the patrons who help support the channel. If you're interested in joining our Fright Club, be sure to check out a link to my Patreon page in the description below. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, take care and happy haunting. When we plugged him in at night, we discovered that his eyes did not work at all, so producer Tom took him apart, reconnected some wires, and here we have a surprise in his eyes. They move quite interestingly. I'm not sure if we want to take him back apart and disconnect him or leave him as it is. Now that we've done so, he no longer makes noise, and one of his eyes is pushed in. You just can't win.